Okay, great. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody. As always, if you've got a question, feel free to unmute yourself or type into the chat box. And then let's just start. Make sure you've got enough room around you, big arms distance all the way around. Remember, as for this class, we do a lot of visual and vestibular work. So please move at your own pace, especially as we get into some of the vestibular work where you might be feeling dizzy or nauseous, or your eyes might even start to feel a little itchy. Remember, all of those things are okay and normal to feel them, but then we want to stop when we start to feel those, just as to not push it too much. The equipment you're going to need today is the same that we've been using. So a letter ball or a ball-shaped object of some sort. So right now I'm holding up a tennis ball with letters and numbers on it that I've Sharpied on. Yeah, that's awesome. I see some people holding up some balls. If you don't have that, you can use a rolled up pair of socks or a rag or a dog toy, preferably something with an interesting pattern for your eyes to look at. And then just 2 pencils, 2 cooking utensils, 2 forks. Your thumbs also work just fine. So making sure you've got those handy. Okay, let's get going. Great. A little more centered here. I still haven't fixed my squeaky stool, so you're gonna have to bear with my stool for another week or so. All right, so let's close the eyes. We'll just start with our body drop in here. I want you to start by finding your breath. And noticing as you inhale, are there certain parts of that inhale or certain parts of your body that feel restricted? So maybe try taking a slightly larger inhale than you normally would. And where do you feel the restriction in your body, in your rib cage, your belly, your back, wherever it might be? And as you continue to breathe, I want you to think about making that breath as 3-dimensional as you can. So feeling it into your low back, you can even put a hand on the low back. Feeling it into the sides of your ribs, sides of your belly. And each time you inhale, can you feel it in that full 360, 3-dimensional breath? Just stay with that for a couple more breaths, just noticing what's going on. I'll have you set your intention for class today. We'll take one more inhale, one more exhale, and we'll open the eyes. Great. Okay, let's just start with a little twisting rotation. So just twisting back and forth side to side. And as I do this, my arms are tapping. My opposite arm taps my low back. So it's kind of more of a carefree, just rotating. Yeah, there you go. Just rotating back and forth. One hand taps the low back, and then vice versa. Good. And then can we bring that opposite? So I still want you to find that swinging rotation, but now you're tapping the shoulder, kind of the top of the shoulder, top of the chest of that opposite side you're going to. So as I rotate right, my left hand taps, and vice versa. Good. And as you do this, we're going to add a hum. Okay. So lips are closed if you can.
Rachel, can you increase the volume up?
Yeah, you know what? Let's see. I'll turn my fan off. I'll see if that maybe is it. And then just make sure your volume's all the way up. And I'll scoot my chair in a little bit. Yeah. We've ordered a different set of microphones, so I'm hoping that those will come soon. But yeah, Alina, let me turn this off. Okay, so sorry, if you're still humming, keep tapping. Good, let's just do a couple more taps and then we'll come back to the center. Awesome. We're just going to start with some of our ear pulls. So I'm going to have you bring your hands so you grab your ear lobes. If grabbing those is kind of hard, you can just use your knuckles. And you're going to pull your earlobes down and back. So down towards the floor, slightly back behind you. It's a gentle pull, don't overdo it. And then you're going to grab the upper corner of your ears and pull up and back. Good. I'm going to have you cup your ears with your hands, and you're just going to move your hands and your ears in a circle, just cupping. It might sound like the ocean. Okay, good. Go ahead and bring that right into our lovely head scratch. So scratching all the way, oh, I haven't done this one in a while. Scratching all the way over the top, using your fingers, your nails, your knuckles, whatever you can. When you get to a sensitive area, maybe spend some more time on it. Yep. And then finish with your hands on the back of your neck, and I'm going to have you look down. We're just going to find those traction neck pulls. So as you traction your hands down the neck to the front where your collarbones are, I'm going to have you look up at the ceiling. So my fingers finish at my collarbones and my head is looking up. Grab the back of your neck, look down. Traction, pull that skin down towards your collarbones, look up. Grab the back. Exhale to pull. And inhale to look all the way up. Grab the back, last one. Exhale to pull. Inhale to look up. Okay, good. I'm going to have you keep your hands right below your collarbones. I just want you to find hands or knuckles, just traction that area down. You're going to look up at the ceiling and then come back to the center. Side bend, so tilt your head to the left. So I'm pulling more from my right side when I do that. And then side bend, or sorry, tilt your head to the right, and now you're pulling more with your left hand. And I just want you to tilt your head back and forth. So just alternating between those two, finding that tractioning pull with your other hand. So you're hopefully feeling a nice stretch through the front of the neck there. Okay, good. Go ahead and release your arms, shake everything out. Okay, we'll just come to that tapping. So just tapping right under your collarbones. Noticing how your body's feeling right now. And I want you to take that tapping down the side of your body, so down this, both hands going down the left and the right side. And then I want you to tap up your back. So I'm going to get to the armpit area. I'm going to tap going down the sides of my ribs and then going up my back. Same thing when we do this body tapping, you can play. Does it feel better if you stroke? Does it feel better if you tap? If you rub? I'm liking the tapping for me today, so I'm going to stay with that one. Let's just do that one more time through. Tapping down the sides of the ribs and up the back. Okay, good. All right, we'll come to the arms. So pick an arm, any arm. We'll go down the outside of the arm. I'm going to try a karate chop today and see how that feels. And then going up the inside of the arm. Down the outside and up the inside. Just as a reminder, we do it in this direction because we're following the meridians of the body. We've got yang on the outside, yin on the inside, and that's the way those meridians flow. Go ahead and switch arms. Same thing. You can switch how you're tapping if you'd like. Some people like it to be more percussive. I'm one of those people. Working your way through. Okay. And then coming back to the center once you've done a few on that side, just noticing how the body's feeling. And I'm going to have you bring your hands to the back of your neck again. And this might depend on shoulder mobility and whatnot, but I want you to tap going up and down your neck. So how far down can you bring your hands between your shoulder blades? And then going all the way up to the base of your head. Yeah, and just doing that a few times through, trying to go as low as you can, and then all the way up to the neck. Again, just bringing awareness to this area. I find that the backs of our bodies, we not only lose sensation to, but we lose awareness to. So doing these, bringing a little bit of love and attention to the backside of the body is really important, because it's a place of the body we, not only can we not physically see our back, but we have a hard time feeling it. Yeah, so this kind of stuff can be good. Okay, release that. Maybe just noticing if anything in that area has changed for you. And then let's actually bring that right into a roll down. So tucking chin to chest, chest to ribs, slowly rolling all the way down to the ground. And as you're doing this, I want you to bring your awareness and your attention to that area we just tapped. Okay, take an inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, roll yourself back up and stacking tall. Push the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Think about your spine. Think about that awareness you just brought to the back of your neck. Exhale to roll. Articulate your spine down if you can. So trying to roll one vertebra by vertebra as you roll down and as you roll up. So inhale at the bottom and then exhale up. Yeah, so it might change it for you, just bringing our awareness to those areas. Let's come to the lower body. Find a tap going down the outsides of the legs. And then up the insides. Do that a few times through. We'll get the feet when we're done with our legs. Make sure you get at least some of the back parts of your legs, maybe your calves. If you can reach your hamstrings, Okay, we'll come all the way back to the center. I'm just going to change my position so you can see my foot here. We haven't done the feet in a couple weeks, so let's just come back to this. For those of you that can safely take off your socks and shoes, I recommend doing that. And I want you to take each toe, and you're going to find a bottle twist with each toe. So just twisting it back and forth a few times. And then you're going to go into finger and toe weaving, putting your fingers between your toes. If you're having a hard time reaching your foot and or it's not super safe for you to do that, you're just going to come to the lower leg and you're going to massage going in the up direction. So working from your ankle to your knee. You can use hands, you can use knuckles, whatever it is you want. We're just trying to push some of that fluid and stagnation up and back to the heart. If it's hard for you to reach the lower leg, then you're going to be doing the same motion in the upper leg, working your way from knee to hip. Okay, so whatever you can manage and reach in that direction, getting your foot, your lower leg, your upper leg. You can squeeze and compress, release. But make sure that you're working going in the up direction. Okay. Go ahead and switch legs. You know what to do. Same thing on this side for my feet people, my lower leg people, or my thigh people. The lower legs are often ignored, especially the feet. And even for those of you that may not have much or any sensation in the feet or the lower legs, doing this kind of self-care for the lower body is still as equally as important as anything or anyone else. It helps push fluids out of there. And even though you may not be able to feel those sensations, it still is giving the nerves in that area some feedback. It's loosening up the fascia, the tissue, sending signals to the brain. Yeah. Alrighty, when you've done that side, let's come back to a seated position. We'll go through some joints here. All right, so let's reach the arms all the way up overhead. You're gonna inhale to shrug the shoulders up, and then exhale, unshrug the shoulders, push your arms back behind you, and if you can, lean forward, like you're diving headfirst into a pool, yep. Come back to a seated upright position, reach your arms up, shrug everything up, unshrug everything, pull your arms behind you, palms pulling away from you, lean forward. Arms up, shrug up, and then arms down and back, lean forward. A couple more. Inhale, arms up, and shrug, and exhale, arms back. Pinching the shoulder blades together. Last one. Inhale, arms up and shrug, and exhale, arms back. Good. Okay, I'm just going to give you my profile here. So hands are going to be out in front of you like you're telling someone to say stop in front of you. We're just going to work from the shoulders right now. So I want you to pull the arms and the shoulder blades back. So the chest is forward, those shoulder blades are squeezing. And then just pushing from your shoulder blades and your shoulders to come forward. So this is a small movement. This is called protraction, retraction. You're just pushing the shoulder blades away from each other, pulling them back together, pushing away, squeezing together. And if you're able to, just isolating this in your shoulder blades. If it's hard for you to have your hands out like this, we can do genie arms, or we can just keep the arms down at your side and do the same movement of
So Rachel, for the original movement, are your elbows bent or straight?
Straight.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so just moving forward and back. Okay, I'm gonna have you start to bring this into flexion and extension in the spine. So as you push forward, round just the upper spine, so you dive your head between your arms, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together, look up. And when you look up, I want you to challenge your eyes, so your eyes go as high up to the ceiling as you can. Look down, round forward. What's the farthest thing down you can see? Look up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Push forward, look down. Squeeze the shoulder blades, look up. Look down, round the spine, look up. And can we pick up that pace? And can we make it more fluid? And I'm going to have you find an inhale to push forward and an exhale to open. Inhale forward and exhale open. Last one. Inhale forward and exhale open. Good. Go ahead and let the arms go down. Give everything a shake. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to have you grab. Well, yeah, let's do this with the ball. If it's too hard with the ball, we don't have to do it. So grab your letter ball. We're still staying with joint mobility for right now. We're just going to do some shoulder internal external rotation. Okay, so if you can hold that ball in one hand, that's great. If it's easier to hold a towel or something like that, you could do that too. So just holding with one of your arms, you're going to bring that ball and circle that ball under your armpit, like you're passing that ball to someone behind you. And then you're going to bring that ball around to the side and back to the start. The goal with this is to keep your palm facing up towards the sky the whole time. So ball comes under the armpit, reaches behind you. Circle it around, back to the front. It kind of circles over my head like a lasso would. And then I bring the ball back to the front. Under the armpit, back behind. Yeah, there you go, Lori. That's it. You got it. Yep. Back behind you, around, and in front. We're just getting the shoulder moving, an internal and external rotation. There's no wrong way of doing this. If you're doing a different pattern than I'm doing, that is totally fine. Under the armpit, down and around. Okay, good. Let's switch sides. Doing this movement always makes me have a lot of respect for servers that balance trays of drinks with one hand, or balance trays of 15 plates stacked up. I'm always so impressed that they can do this one. The shoulder stability they have to do that is very impressive, by the way. I don't know if any of you have ever tried anything like that, but it is not easy. Good, so same thing on this side, ball reaching under the armpit, back behind you, around to the front. Yeah, there we go. That looks good, everybody. Just do one more. Around and to the front. Great. Let's just hold on to that ball. Let's go right into letter ball, and then we'll play with some more mobility-based work next time, or after this one. Okay, so if you've been with me for a while and you know how to play letter ball, I'm just gonna have you go right into it. You know what you're doing. Remember, you can bounce it off a wall next to you, you can bounce it off of the floor, you can throw it around you, or you could just move it around your body. If you're new or joining, and I don't know if anyone is new here, I feel like, oh, is there one person? Hi, welcome. I missed you. Hi, Marsha, nice to see you. Okay, yeah, so don't worry, I'm gonna walk you through this. Okay, so holding the ball into your body, you're gonna look straight forward. You're gonna pull that ball away from your body at any point. And if you don't have a ball, yeah, you got it, there you go. You're gonna pull that way and you're gonna look at the ball, say the number or the letter as quickly as you can and pull it back in. If you don't have letters or numbers on your ball, I just want you to pinpoint your eyes onto a very specific point onto the ball and then pull it back in, right? So every time you bring it away from your body, you quickly look at it, pinpoint a letter, a number, or a specific point on the ball, and then you bring it right back in. Yeah, you got it. And you're just trying to move it in a full 360-degree angle around you. You could bring it behind you, up high, down low. Try not to miss any angles. Often when we do this, we stay with the easiest angles for us to do. So challenge yourself today. What angles do you normally avoid, maybe consciously or unconsciously for this? Yeah, I want you to continue doing this, and I'm gonna layer on for those of you that have letters and numbers. Okay, so if you see a letter, you're gonna lift the left side of your body. Okay, so that could be a shoulder shrug, that could be an arm raise, or that could be a knee raise. So letter, lift the left side. Sorry, I wasn't mirroring you. Letter, you're gonna lift the left side of your body. Number, you're gonna lift the right side of your body. Letter, left side of your body. Number, right side of your body. Okay, so now we're just bringing some brain speed into this. So when you see a letter or a number, you have to decide what to do a little bit quicker. If you don't have letters or numbers, you can just use, I still want you to do that, what we were doing before, using a specific point on the ball. And if it's also hard for you to hold the ball, then you can just be looking at certain points on your ceiling, on your floor. Find a book on your bookshelf, try to see if you can find a specific point on it. Yeah, you know what to do. Let's just maybe do 5 or so more throws. Yeah, that looks really good, everybody. Just watching people here. And on your last throw, go ahead and relax. We can set the ball down just for a moment here. We're going to come back to a little bit of spinal work, and then we'll play with that stuff a bit more. Okay, so arms are going to come out at your side, palms facing down. We're just going to find a rib translation. So ribs are going to translate left and then to the right. So remember, for these rib translations, we're trying to keep the ribs parallel with the floor. So not a side bend, but a translation. It's a small movement. And then I want you to see if you can pick up the pace a little bit, going from side to side. Okay. Now come back to the center. I want you to push your ribs forward and back now. Forward and back. So kind of similar to the flexion and extension that we were doing earlier. If your arms get tired, you can bring them down.
And Rachel, when we go back, is that back to center or is that curving the spine back?
Yeah, good question. Curving the spine.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so now can we connect all four of those? So we're going to translate to one side, rounding back, translate to the other side, pull forward. So we're just doing this full, we're creating a full, we're kind of doing a hula hoop motion with our ribs, moving around our pelvis. Channel your inner belly dancer right now. Yeah, and I love it, Bonnie, good. And then go ahead and switch directions. Yeah, and notice maybe if one direction is harder for you to move through.
Hey Rachel.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
So are you just moving the ribs? You're not moving any other parts of the body, or
Just the ribs, yeah. I mean, your shoulders are going to move with your ribs,
okay.
but your pelvis stays relatively stable.
So you're going to move.
Yeah. So
the body's just sort of moving back. The stomach is sort of just moving back and forth.
Yeah. So think of drawing a circle with your ribs and your shoulders around your sit bones, around your pelvis.
I'll give it a try.
Okay. Okay, good. So we'll come back to the center. Let's bring hands behind the back if you can, if that's comfortable. Again, just working on some shoulder mobility here. How high can you walk your hands up your back, or maybe up the back of your chair? Does one hand go higher than the other? Okay, hold that. Find a side bend to the left. Yep, and a side bend to the right. Side bend left. Side bend right. Switch the orientation of your hands. So for example, my left was under my right, so I'm going to switch my hands. Side bend left and right. Can you reach a little higher up? Little higher up on your back. Keep going back and forth. Okay, good. Now bring the arms overhead again like we did at the beginning of class. How far can you reach your hands down your back? If you're able to do this, if you're not able to do this, we can stay with the low grab. And you're going to do the same thing. Side bend left, side bend right. Maybe inhaling to side bend and exhaling to center. Switch the orientation of your hands if you had one on top of the other. And again, noticing in this direction, which shoulder is easier for you.
You know what happens to me? Is my hands go completely numb.
Yeah, then maybe don't push it quite as much. Yeah, just don't go that far where you start to feel that numbness. Yeah,
that far with the side bend or that far with the arms behind the?
With the arms behind.
Okay.
Yeah. And if anyone else is feeling that, just back off. Don't go quite as far.
Do you know what causes that? Is that a nerve thing?
Yeah, it's usually a nerve getting pinched somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so bring your arms back out to your side. We're going to come into an S-way, so we're going to combine those two movements. So left arm goes up, right arm goes down. Your left arm tries to reach in that area between your shoulder blades. Your right arm tries to come up the back. So we're trying to meet the fingers, if you can, in the middle of the back. Don't push it here if you start to feel nerviness. Bring the arms back out to the side. Reverse your directions. So right arm up, left arm down. Okay? Arms out and switch. And I just want you to switch back and forth with this S wave. Notice which side is harder for you. Don't push it if you're feeling pain or nerviness. And now I just want you to do the side for you that's harder. I just want you to do maybe 3 or so extra on that harder side. Try to keep your torso relatively stable. Try not to crunch the neck forward or compensate in any other way. Try to keep this movement just in the shoulders. Yeah. Okay, good. Great. Arms come all the way to the front of your body. Let's get some rotation in. Left arm is going to open as you rotate to the left and then back to the center. Okay, I'm going to slowly start to layer on this one. Right arm opens as you rotate right and center. Okay, pause when you get to the center. By the way, if having your arms out in front of you is too hard, we can always cross the arms over the chest. Okay, first I want your eyes to go, don't move your head, just your eyes are gonna move as far to the right, sorry, as far to the left as you can. For those that are blind or visually impaired, you're gonna move your whole head and neck. Okay, so just your eyes there, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Pinpointing on something with your eyes. Now poke your tongue into that side as well. I'm sorry, you know, we're going all to the same side. So whatever side you're on, stay with that side. Poke your tongue into that side. Find the rotation. Everything goes with you. Tongue pokes into the cheek. Eyes go with you. Spine goes with you. And then back to the center. Okay, switching sides. Just your eyes move all the way to the side. So let's see. Yep, all the way to the side. Hold that, hold that. For those that are blind or visually impaired, your head and your neck will go. Keep holding there. We're doing some gaze. This is called gaze stabilization work. And then poke your tongue into the side of the cheek and then open all the way up. Hold that rotation. Just breathe into that rotation. Can we all unshrug our shoulders a little bit? Yeah. And then coming back to the center. Let's just do one more each side. Okay, so maybe going to the left this time. Eyes look to the left. Hold, hold, hold. Challenge your eyes. Stick your tongue into the left side of your cheek. And then rotate left. Hold that rotation. Breathe into your open ribs. And then back to the center. Yeah, really nice, everybody. One more here. Eyes go to the right. Challenge the eyes. Tongue goes into that side of the cheek. Open and rotate. Breathe into the open ribs. And then back to the center. Awesome, nice, everyone. Let's give the arms one little shake out here. Okay. We're just gonna let's grab one pencil to start. We're just gonna do a couple of visual games and then we'll bring everything back together. So let's just quickly do our convergence. So this is the one, these are for the pencil push-ups. So if you know what you're doing here and you wanna go right into pencil push-ups, go for it. As a reminder, for those of you that have glasses, if you're able to take your glasses off and you can still clearly see the pencil holding it at arm's distance from your face, then feel free to take your glasses off. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Okay, for those of you that are just joining, so looking at the very tip of the pencil, aligning that tip with the area right in between your two eyes, you're gonna slowly bring that into your face. It's okay if it goes blurry, but the second you start to see two pencils, you pull the pencil away from your face. Pull the pencil in. When you start to see two pencils, pull it away from your face. For those of you that asked some really good questions last week, if you always see two pencils, you're going to be doing this single eye. So you're going to block one of your eyes with your hands, pulling the pencil in and then pulling it away. Maybe do 10 push-ups on each side, okay? For those of you that are blind or visually impaired, we're going to be doing something slightly different. So let's bring you're going to be holding that pencil out in front of you, and this is really just a marker for a place where I want your body to stay. So your nose is going to be lined up with that pencil, and you're going to be keeping your nose lined up with that pencil, and you're going to be quickly turning from the left to the right with your whole body and your nose being aligned with that pencil. Yeah, there you go, Lena. So just going back and forth. Your nose, that's it, Lori. Yeah, your nose stays aligned with that pencil, and you're just trying to go as quick as you can. We're working more of your vestibular system here. So make
Can
sure.
you let me know if I'm doing it right, Rachel?
Yeah, Elizabeth, bring your head with you when you do. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. And you're just trying to go as quick as you can where you get dizzy. If you get dizzy, take a break. For those that are doing the pencil push-ups, maybe go ahead and relax.
And sorry, Rachel, one last question. How far should I go? All the way to the side or just
Just like halfway.
halfway? That's okay, good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Because the smaller the range of motion is, the quicker you can go. And I care more about speed when you're doing this one.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Okay, so let's come back to the center. Let's just do a quick reset. I'm just gonna have you find a few overhead arm raises. I know we didn't do a check and recheck in as a comparison, but just noticing how this overhead arm raise is feeling for you. Good, we'll bring that to cervical rotation. So just the head and the neck turning left to right and noticing how that feels for you. And then bringing head to the center and tilting left to right, noticing anything there. Coming to thoracic rotation, so arms crossed over the chest or in front of you, rotating to the left and to the right.
So baby.
Noticing there. If you're a standing athlete, you could be doing sit to stands. You could be doing a single leg balancing or even push-ups on the floor if you're on the floor. Yeah. Okay, so let's play a little bit with some coordination stuff and then we'll wrap up here. So I'm gonna let's start with both arms drawing a horizontal figure 8 in front of you. So see if you can start by those. So you're kind of tracing a big horizontal figure 8 in front of you. See if you can have your arms mirroring each other.
Okay, I need a little clarification. Sorry, Rachel. So is it a like a symmetrical one where they're going together, or are the hands going apart and meeting together?
Going apart and meeting together.
Thank you.
So there you go. Yeah. So that's mirroring each other. Yeah, Elizabeth, that's it. Yeah. Okay, so now I want you to continue to draw a figure 8 with your right arm. Let your left arm take a break for a sec.
Okay, Rachel, I'm lost a little bit because I can't see what the figure 8 is. So
yeah, so Lori, do you know what a figure 8 shape?
it almost looks like an 8 in a way.
Yes.
Where it goes.
So I want you to draw a horizontal figure 8 with your arm in the air.
Okay, so going.
Yep. There you go. That's it. Just like that. That's perfect.
I help. Oh, is she okay? Because it's a sideways 8, Lori.
Sideways 8. Yeah, sideways 8.
Okay. I think I get it now. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You got it. Okay, so right arm is moving, left arm is standing still. You're now going to take that left arm and you're going to start to move it just up and down. Up towards the ceiling, down towards the floor. And as you move it up, that arm up towards the ceiling, can you turn your palm up? And as you move it down towards the floor, turn the palm down. Palm up as that arm lifts, palm down as it lowers. palm up to lift, palm down to lower. And you're just trying to keep this coordination. This is more for your brain than anything else. You're just trying to keep the coordination as you continue with that.
Oh, that's awesome. My other arm really wants to make it a circle up,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly, yeah. Go ahead and switch sides now. So left arm, find the figure 8. You can make that as big or as small as you want. And then start to bring your right arm, doing this wrong, right arm up and down, palm to go up. Palm faces up as you lift, palm faces down as you lower. I see some very interesting shapes happening, but people are getting it. People are getting it. Yeah, just do a couple more. See maybe if you're able to increase the speed while keeping the pattern. Yeah, okay, good, relax. Give the arms a little bit of a shake. Yeah.
It's like when you're a little kid learning to tie your shoe. It's like, what?
Exactly. Arms come overhead, palms reach up towards the ceiling. Take a nice dive up and over. I want you to pause at the bottom and try to drop into the sensation and into the feelings on the back of your neck and on your upper back. Just like we did in the beginning of class when we were tapping that whole area. Can you sense that area? Pull yourself back up. Yeah. If you have a hard time sensing that area, you can bring your hands to that area. The reason I say this is because I have a hard time sensing that area. So I'm going to keep my hands on my upper back and my low neck. And I'm going to find my next roll all the way down to the ground, keeping my hands in those two areas just to give me a little bit more feedback about what's going on in that area. And then rolling all the way back up. Yeah, maybe giving it a little bit of a rub, little tap. Let's just do one more. Rolling down. Thinking of elongating your spine. Breathe into that area. Breathe into it. Can you feel your breath high? And then slowly roll yourself back up. Yeah. Good. Hands come down to the side. Give one more shake to the body. Okay. I'm just going to have you close your eyes again. Come back to your breath. And just notice where that breath is right now and how three-dimensional is that breath. We worked a little bit more with your awareness today and maybe where your awareness is lacking or being focused more so. So just a good thing to keep in mind, just to note how aware are you of the back side of your body? Can you feel your breath in between your shoulder blades? And if not, maybe you even put a hand there to support that. Can you feel your breath into your low back? Maybe you put a hand there to support that. I want you to think of one thing you're grateful for today. Take one more inhale, one more exhale, and we'll open the eyes. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining today, everyone. Just played a bit more with your awareness. Let me scoot in here. Okay, let's see. Do we have any announcements? Yes, we just want to give a shout out to Move United. Move United is now sponsoring this Thursday class as well. So yes, just a huge shout out to them. As I said, Tuesday, for those of you that come to my Tuesday class, if you have signed up for their fitness kit, they're experiencing some delays with the equipment that is in the fitness kit. So they're hoping to ship out that second round sometime in the near-ish future. I forget what month. One of the women told me, but the second shipment is coming, and then they're actually hoping to do a third shipment after that. So those are coming. Yeah. I'll stick around. Feel free to take off, but thank you for joining. If anyone's got any questions, let me know. Have a great and safe weekend, and I will see you next week.
Rachel,
Yes.
it's Anya. I do have, hi, sweetheart.
Hey.
I do have a question. Is that a way